So now that that's rendered, let's go ahead and view that ambient occlusion map. And you can see there's the plane ambient occ. Oh, looks like I did something wrong there. Let's go back up. Where am I? There we go. So you can see, I can tell instantly that I've done something wrong. You can see right here that my plane is actually occluding the ambient occlusion in the scene. That's why I'm getting this nice dark, this really dark patch in the center of the object. And you can see near the edges that I'm getting this nice kind of reflected light in here. So let's just go ahead and check those properties on this object. See what we've got turned on here. Visible to camera. No, we're doing this.
Should that plane be renderable?
Actually, it does need to be renderable because that's what we're actually rendering is the projection from that plane. Well, I have no idea.
Not in the mental ray tab, perhaps there's a different tab to specify whether it's visible to mental ray.
Yep. And unfortunately, I set this up and actually tested it, and turn that off and see what happens. Let's go ahead and try and render this again and see what happens. This is what happens when master classes go wrong. Come down here, check that I've got everything set up, and let that process through there again. I don't think we will with the ambient occlusion map. We'll find out. Yep, you're right. We do. Okay, well, it was a well-intentioned demo, but not really sure why this isn't rendering properly. But the point is that using that ambient occlusion map to render things, using that base shader to render it out, is much, much, much faster than using a skylight or setting up a very complex lighting model in your scene to do that. Let's see if I've got in here.
Would those rules still apply in Max 8?
Yes. So I'm just going to go ahead and move forward and get a little bit more complex.
Are there any settings for that shader?
For the ambient occlusion shader? You can see here's all our settings. Basically, really the only settings that I play with in here are the number of samples. So by turning up the number of samples on it, you'll get a much higher quality render. So if you set like the samples to be 2 or 3, what you'll see is kind of a stepped edge. By turning that up, it'll kind of blend those together and smooth it out so you get a much better map. I'm just going to go ahead and try and render this one last time. Spin in my chair and see what happens. It's funny when you set this stuff up and it works, and then it doesn't work when you do the demo. So, we're going to try this one last time just to see what happens, and then we're just going to move on to the next thing, because I've got a lot more stuff to show you guys.
The render to texture features are available through MaxScript, if you can set up render
I believe that the render to texture stuff is exposed fairly decently through MaxScript. So you could potentially get in there and use MaxScript to power setting up all that stuff. A little bit further. This is the boring part of the demo, is watching this stuff render.
I take it there's no way to get a frame buffer window up during this.
I don't think so. Try that one more time, see what we get. Nope, we're still getting occluded by that surface, so. I'm not really sure why this is working, but I will get a working version of this file posted up on my website or sent to Natalie so that you guys can get in there and pick it apart and see what exactly all those settings are and what you need to set.